Steve
Hello,
Sackler.
everybody. Sorry we're late. Thought it was a 6:30 start, but apparently not. I'm a little out of breath because I was running as I heard the national anthem and the girls going on the field. But anyway, Century's got the ball on their end behind the net. Looks like we had some sort of penalty on the Eagles. And going to take me a second here to get my bearings. Nice feed in the middle by Century, but just a little out of her range. So we're all settled in here. McDonough's had 2 possessions and lost both without I don't think we took a shot. Did we, Hap?
No, we didn't.
So Century's got it, trying to work it behind the net with Marge, and she just made Marge run into the shooting circle, but no big advantage as the ref pulls her way right and back. Marge marks her up again. Still trying to work her magic around the back, and Marge is barely staying outside the goalie circle. And as we've noted for the last, I don't know,
3 of the last 4?
4 of the last 5? Lacrosse different than we play. Oh, they just stopped the clock. So the goal was at about 21:35, and it's now down to 21:24 because I think the person running the clock was not aware that they should stop the clock. Looks like we got our JV played earlier. Apparently they won by 13 goals, and we've got some of those loyal fans hanging out post-JV and hanging out for the varsity game. So thanks, guys, for staying with us. Maddie's on the draw. You got Eldave. Oh, Maddie had it to herself, but, you know, as I kind of was worried about this game, this is not the most well-manicured grass field. And, of course, we play, what do you think, Hap, 90% of our games on turf? Although Coach Robinson did have him practicing on grass yesterday, my guess is that some of the ground balls are going to be difficult. Now, with that said, Eagles score their first goal. Beautiful feed from Katie May behind the net, little lefty feed to Andy Aldave coming across the middle, and she tickles the back of the net with a laser beam at 20:58. Katie May on the assist. I don't know if you can hear the announcer in the back, but they've got an announcer here for us today. We still got people coming in. I think a lot of people thought it was a 6:30 start. But in any case, it's 1-1, 20:58 left in the first half.
There's a backup out there to pay your $5 to get in, and
Blair,
I know that $5 didn't go in toward this field maintenance.
It doesn't appear to be as such.
This field is a goat pasture.
Blair is on the circle with Andy. Maddie Jenner passes it to herself, and she's getting mauled by 2 Century girls. What is their mascot, Hap?
They're Knights.
Julia Dorsey grabs the errant ball and runs it across the restraining line, and she'll trade places with Maddie. So now we have our full complement of offensive players, although certainly Julia is an offensive player, but right now she is playing defense and switches with Maddie, who's technically a midfielder. Katie's got behind the net, passes it to Maddie in the middle. Ball gets on the ground. We're in the fight, and now there's a whistle. Not sure who they're going to – looks like they're going to give it to the Century girl.
Out
and
from the
so
fray.
she gets to come all the way out past the 12, and we're going to mark her up and try to keep her from going down the field. Andy Aldave with a great check, and they called across the body, which now I don't understand that call.
Well,
when you're on the right side of the girl
and
she's got the stick in her right hand, how is that across the body? And they just did it again.
She's running even with the girl, and she's checking down and away from the body. So I don't know how they.
That was another right side, right-handed stick. Knocks it out of her stick.
You know what
and
I think
they
it is,
call
Steve?
it. Now, so that one they didn't call. Katie May with a great check, gets it on the ground ball and gets her own ground ball, dishes it off to Julia Dorsey, who passes it up to midfield, up to Hannah Roth, who I believe is probably going to take it across the straining line herself, and she does, and then just dishes it off. Nice little short, crisp pass to Andy Aldave.
I think why we lost those 2 calls is where the ref was standing, he didn't have an angle at how they were lined up. Because they were certainly hip to hip, and that was a pretty good check.
So we got 19:03 left in the first half. 1-1, all squared up here. Katie May's got the ball coming around the right side. Oh, well, It looked like it went in, but I guess not. I'm not really sure. It looked like it hit the back of the net and fell back down, but anyway, the ref didn't see it my way, which they rarely do. Oh, great defense by, who was that? Julia Hoffman. Julia Hoffman. Check. Oh, he was getting ready to call a charge. You see that, Hap? He actually signaled for the charge, pointed towards up, and then he said, oh, never mind. I had a bad call, which I thought his first call was actually the better call. But who am I to say, as biased as I am, right? So Century's got the ball in their offensive end, 1-1 with 18 minutes to go in the half. We got a little double team going on here. Nice job by Hannah Roth and Andy Aldave to double team. Hannah comes up with the ground ball. Now she's looking for a buddy to try to get rid of the ball to as she keeps holding on to it. And she needs to pass it quick before she gets it checked out of her stick. And she does to Blair Paris, who takes it across the restraining line. Great defense. A little tag team effort between Hannah Roth and Andy Aldave. We get it down the field. Blair dumps it off to Julia Hoffman, who starts off the game strong with a bullet. And
off the goalie's shoulder into the corner. Just
a beautiful top right shelf. The shot that she patented back when she was a freshman, that left-handed rifle shot that stings the back of the net in the top right corner. So it's a 2-1 lead. McDonough with 17:36 left in the first half.
So, Steve, she's on Julia's club team. She had that coming into 5th grade.
So she's been working on that for a few years.
Yes.
Well, practice makes for perfection, right? Doesn't make you perfect because there's no such thing. But nice shot. Crisp, cool night here at Century High School, home of the Knights. It was 60 degrees as I pulled up in my car late for the game. And but we're, of course, right here in the booth where it's actually kind of toasty. But Maddie Jenner, again, passes it to herself, or draws it to herself, I guess is the proper lacrosse lingo, up to Julia Dorsey across the restraining line as she gets chased by a Knight, and they call shooting space as she was passing it off to Julia Hoffman. You know, Hap, I know I probably prattled on about this too much in the John Carroll game, but the shooting space calls just seem rather odd to me.
This year,
just a lot going on with shooting space that just seems to be too much. So we got our first personnel change of the game as Kayla Abernathy is in. Looks like Emma Shedig is in, and which means high shot by Julia Hoffman. She got hit. Her stick got hit. But that means that Dorsey has switched to midfield because I see Ava Class at defense, which is our typical first move. Katie May, I tell you what, Katie is not the biggest girl, but she knows how to use her body. She really does a good job when it comes to boxing somebody out for a ground ball. As she just demonstrated there, she just boxed the girl out perfectly, came up with the ground ball, dumped it off to Emma Shedig, but Emma Shedig got hit by the Century girl, which the ref did not like because he blew his whistle. So Emma's got a little, not a free pass at the goal, and then she, you know what, Emma does it. This goalie must not be able to pass the ball. Hap, did you notice that's the second time in a row?
Well, I've heard they do
when
that
she
all the
makes
time.
A stop, she just drops the ball in the goal circle, runs out of the goal circle, and a Century girl comes running in and scoops it up and
they call that deputizing, and I've heard that Century deputizes all the time.
Well, Century just made it look pretty easy clearing the ball, which I know doesn't sit well with Coach Robinson, because that's one, as we've talked about before, that's one of his tenets of being able to play for him. Okay, so a little love tap. I can see already that they're going to be calling this pretty tight. They don't like the love tap. Oh, that's a false start. Oh, no, he didn't see that as an infraction. Hannah Roth is hot on her girl. Nice check, but couldn't get it out of the girl's stick. And now actually, I would have called that across the body as she was on the girl's left side with the stick in her right hand, but no whistle.
Ball didn't come loose. So
maybe that's why I'm not a ref, Hap. What do you think?
So we're sitting up here in the booth. We've been teasing about being in the booth all year. Usually we're standing in some clump of trees, hiding behind a bush. We actually have a booth today.
Oh, look at this. We got a double team going on. She can't get out. We knock it free. And Julia Dorsey comes up with the ground ball, passes it up to Julia Hoffman, who is taking it up to the restraining line, is now across it. Great defense on a double team, probably called by Scott. And Megan Mix was running after the ground ball. I don't know if that was a bad pass, bad catch, but nonetheless, it was a turnover by McDonough with no pressure on us, so unforced error. But now we're going to try to keep her from clearing the ball as she goes backwards now, throws it back to the other side, to their defensive side of the restraining line. Century's trying to clear it. McDonough is doing their best to keep her from... Oh, nice check, Katie May. Come up with a ground ball, another ground ball by Julia Dorsey. As we go across the restraining line, 4-on-3, but we decide to pull it out and see if we can get some more people.
Wow.
And Kayla Abernathy shot from probably close to the 12. And it looks like, well, it must be Century ball because they called a timeout, which you can't do if it's not in your possession. So 13:41 to go, and it's 2-1 McDonough. And I got to tell you, Hap, it might be because I had to run here, but it's kind of warm in here. Plus, I dressed for cold weather, so I'm going to prop the door open. Don't think we'll have any issues with wind, that's for sure. Maybe I can get some texts from some of my friendly observers out there. 3 limes and grape jelly. How about that? So I just want to make sure that if there's anybody out there listening and they can text me, I think many of you have my cell phone number. Just let us know that we're coming through okay, if you don't mind. And hold on one second, Hap. I'm going to sign off just for a quick. I feel like I just had my workout with my man Doug. All right, we're all set now, Hap. I feel comfortable. Gotten into the mode. Not sure what Chris had to say to the girls, but whatever it was, I hope they take his wisdom to heart. So timeout's just about to end. Looks like the goalie did the same thing. What did you call that?
Deputizing.
So the goalie just immediately drops the ball, and then I don't know if it's a defender or a midi, comes into the circle, and she's now got possession of the ball, and play has commenced with 13:37 left. Julia, no, that was Katie May that was almost checked the ball right out of the girl's stick. McDonough doing a nice job after that one easy clear by Century. McDonough since then has really been tough on the redefend. Love to see that aggressive defense. Oh, we got a double team going now. Oh, she was able to get out of that with a nice check. But once again, we're on the right side of the girl with a right-handed stick, and they call across the body, which, again, I really don't understand that call, but I don't see Coach Robinson complaining too fervently. So it sounds like we're coming through well. Got a nice shout out from Kristen Abernathy, a loyal mom of. Yeah, there we go. We got tripped up. Loyal mom of Kayla Abernathy. Great addition as a freshman on the Eagle squad.
What just happened there was they got it across the midfield line, but we slapped a double team on them, forced a bad throw, and Julia was going to pick it up, and they tripped her. So
now we got it on our offensive end. Katie May has the ball. Anna Robinson just dished it off to her. Rachel Anderson behind the net brings it out to Megan Mix, number 8, who brings it up front to Blair Paris. And looks like she is going to maybe send it over to Andy Aldave. Maybe not. Looks like we're taking our time. We're in no hurry. We've cleared it out for Blair, who then dumps it off to Emma Shedig. I think I said Megan Mix before, but it was Emma Shedig. 6 and 8 look the same at my age from this far away, Hap.
Yep.
Off to Katie May. Oh, nice move, Katie May. And I tell you what, Hap, just a beautiful face dodge. Left the girl guessing what in the world would just happen. Katie May blew right by her with a face top left. 3-1 now, McDonough, with 11:44 left in the first half. You know, she has got some quick feet, doesn't she, Hap?
Yeah, we'll
beautiful
miss those
stick
feet
work.
Next year. She's been doing this for 4 years, and hate to see her go.
Well, it's that senior leadership. It's the stick skills. It's the lacrosse knowledge. Great kid. Going to probably do great things at Maryland, I would assume.
Well, we sent Whittle down a few years ago, and she started out with a bang. We sent Brittany Griffin down last year. She started out with a bang. I expect that Katie will do the same.
Madonna girls have had pretty good success at the college level. All right, Maddie's getting ready to do the draw again with Blair and Andy on the circle. There it is. She throws it up to herself. She misses it, though.
Yeah, this is
and
interesting.
Century still hasn't come up with the ball. You got that pesky, tuffled grass that you got bare spots and all kinds of little surprises there when you try to go get a ground ball. We're trying to cut this girl off at the sideline, and we do. Actually knock it down. Great defense. Megan Mix picks up the ground ball. Great ground ball by Megan. And she looked like she was right in the heart of that area where it's just tufts of grass and dirt. But she was able to get her butt down, get low like they teach you back in Tiger ball, and come up with a nice ground ball. Andy Aldave's got it up top. Looking around, see who she wants to throw it to. She gives it to Megan Mix, who takes it behind to Anna Robinson. Anna and Katie switch places as they do the dish. You know, that little underhand dish that's become so popular. Andy Aldave. Oh,
how many pipes
I'll tell you
own?
what. Andy Aldave needs to buy stock in iron because she has hit more iron this year. That's another pipe. Now we got another whistle, so what do we got going on here?
They gave it back to us for some reason.
Well, it was our ball. We got the ground ball. Well, anyway, Rachel Anderson's got it. I'm not sure what happened there. Hap and I saw two different things. Fortunately, what I saw worked out better. I'm biased. Like I said, I'm biased. But Anna Robinson's got it behind the net. She's kind of surveying the area. Takes it over to the left side, gives it to Andy. Andy puts it up top to Maddie Jenner. And Maddie comes in for that. I tell you what, Hap, I know we talked about this a couple times last game, but this time she went lefty, but she still brought it way up high with that 6'1" frame, and gosh knows how long her arms are. But the goalie just has no idea where she's going.
She scored.
I thought that was assumed with the way I was ranting about how great she did coming in, but you were absolutely right, Hap. I don't think I said that. 4-1 Eagles. Nice bounce pass to the underneath the crossbar for a 4-1 lead with 10:03 left in the first half. So, holy cow, this has been a quick first half, Hap. It always goes quicker, I guess, when you miss the first couple of minutes, like I did. But anyway, 4-1, 10:03 left in the first half. Got our starting midfield out there. Ava Class still back there on defense with Hannah Roth, Marge, and Nicole. And we've got Rachel on attack with Julia Hoffman, Katie May, and Anna Robinson. Okay, so we've got the starting complement out there except for Julia Dorsey, who's getting a little breather right now, leaving Ava Class on defense. Wow. So Julia Hoffman just got hammered, and it's interesting. The ref that was closest to the call just blew the whistle, and that was it. He was going to let it slide. The ref that was furthest from the ball reached into his pocket and pulled out the yellow card. So Eagles will be a man up for 2 minutes at 9:39. So we got a man up until 7:39 left in the half, Hap.
Yes, that's
off
great.
to Katie May. Nice dish into Rachel Anderson. Just a beautiful shot. Up top high. Stings the back of the net for a 5-1 Eagle lead with 9:34 left. And that couldn't have been more than, 7 or 8 seconds, Hap? So we still got almost the full complement of that man-up situation. This is the one thing about high school lacrosse versus college. When they don't release that 2-minute penalty on a goal, you can rack up a good 2, 3, 4 goals in a 2-minute period.
Katie fed Rachel?
That was Katie to Rachel, yes. Nice shot. Good to see Rachel Anderson get involved early in the game. Good player, steady, good hands, always sure with the ball. Here we go. Maddie throws it to herself, to the right, to the offensive side, and I don't know.
It's jumping out of her stick all day.
Jumps right out of her stick.
That's
not sure what happened there, but anyway, Century's got the ball. They've brought it across the restraining lines to their offensive end. It's been a while since they've been on offense. Oh, Marge Donovan's hot in pursuit, and I think she's going to steal it from this girl. What's this, Hap?
Uh-oh.
Oh, she makes it around, and it's a goal. Wow. Okay.
She ran by her double
So
team.
she proved me wrong. Ran right around. Well, actually, Marge was playing really good defense, and somehow she seemed to work her way around the situation. Came around. And that's a man-down goal, too, Hap. We've talked about this before. That's just not something you can allow, especially when you've got the momentum. You've scored, 5 goals in a row. You've got man-up situation, and you let them score a goal. That's Coach Robinson's not happy about that. But anyway, we onward and upward. So 5-2, 9:08 left. Not sure. I can't remember how much time I said was going to have to click off before they got to even up.
It's about 9:40, so 7:40.
Yeah, so we still got lots of time. Okay, Maddie just got it to herself. Nice job. Up to Andy Aldave, who takes it across the restraining line. Looking for somebody to feed. Oh, looks right in the middle to Rachel Anderson, but she gets just molested by 4 Century girls and somehow still comes out with the ball in her stick. That's just nice stick work on her part, recognizing that she needed to get the heck out of Dodge because the posse was coming after her.
I do not know how she got out of there. She was in the middle of a Century TP.
So now we got Andy on the right side, off to Katie May, back behind the net, or actually on the side of the net, looking for a feed, but nobody cut across the middle. I'm not sure if they're trying to reset up for another play. Oh, beautiful feed to Andy. Andy cuts across the middle. Another assist for Katie May. Andy throws a bullet to the back of the net for a 6-2 Eagle lead. 8:23 left, and still, I believe, plenty of time left on the penalty. So I don't know if anybody could hear that, but the announcer needs to learn how to pronounce names. He called her Andy Aldave.
I don't know if you're here for the introductions.
I was not.
But we have...
Because I was late, remember?
We have...
Wait a minute, Hap. You don't even miss me when I'm not here?
Oh, I missed you. I just didn't know if you could hear from the parking lot. But I think of 26 introductions, he pronounced 4 right. And one of them was not Cooper.
He couldn't even get Cooper right?
No. He introduced everybody by number, and then he said, and we've got 3 goalies here. I don't know who they are.
Okay. Maddie draws it to herself, up to Andy Aldave. Blair coming across the middle. Beautiful fake. Oh, she hit some iron, and then we hit iron again. But Anna Robinson's back behind it, maintain possession for the Eagles. Katie May to Andy Aldave. Andy's looking around for a nice feed. Alf to Blair. Blair gets pushed out of the circle. Interesting that they didn't call that because they've been calling pushes all day. Back out to Andy. Oh, into the middle to Maddie. Maddie gets hit, but then Anna Robinson comes up with the ground ball. Still no, you know what? There hasn't been a single, actually there has been one.
We are missing the goal.
What do we call that, Hap? Shooting space. I mean, there's girls all in front of Andy when she's inside the 8 and no whistle for shooting space. Well, it is a subjective game for the most part.
We non-subjectively just had 3 great open
Okay,
cutters.
There we go. Anna Robinson to Maddie Jenner, who gets pile-driven into the grass. And actually, they...
Can you give us the free draw?
Okay, I thought maybe he called it before the goal, but no, he gives us the goal, I think.
Yeah.
They haven't changed the scoreboard yet, but he must have given us a goal because we're heading back to the middle. So I believe it's 7-2. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so they did give us a goal, and I was correct. Maddie Jenner did get hammered, and fortunately, once again, it's the same ref that called the yellow card from far away, and the two guys that were closer didn't call anything. Well, he called the same thing. The other two refs didn't call diddly squat when Maddie got hammered, but the other guy called the push from the furthest point on the field. So I'm not sure why the other refs are even here. Nice pass. Oh, tried a little give and go, and we got the give and go, but the goalie made a great save. Rachel Anderson, beautiful shot. Actually, she shot it off stick, and the goalie was able to maneuver her stick back to block the ball. It bounced out, and Century picked it up. Now McDonough's hot on their trail, trying to keep them from clearing it. Katie May, Rachel Anderson. Come on, girls. Got to keep them from going. There you go. Julia Hoffman cuts off the sideline. Now, see, this is what drives me crazy, Hap. The same ref that was standing there when Maddie got knocked to the ground with a cross-check doesn't call anything, but yet when charge! Oh, my.
Now, I got to say,
oh my!
We have not been the beneficiary of many calls, but
right.
that certainly was not a charge.
I have to say, maybe that was a makeup for what they should have called before.
Oh, someone's going to remake this one.
Now we got a controversy among the refs. Stop the clock. We've got a controversy among the refs. So now here we go, Hap. The guy that was furthest away looks like he wants to change the call from the guy that was closest to the play. He's got an issue. Oh, now they're going to do a huddle. We're going to put 3 rocks together and make a pile. So they've stopped the clock with 5:51, 7-2 Eagles. Not sure what the discussion's going to be. But the guy who is furthest away seems to be the one that has an issue with the call.
Do you know what I have an issue with is putting the ball back in, whistling it back in play, and then stopping it after play has started. It's like in football. Once the ball's snapped, whatever happened before
no
that
more
is
instant
done.
replay.
It's in the book. The 3 of these guys are out there chatting. So they've just called offsides on. So
they just changed the call, but kept it with McDonough. It went from a push to offsides. I'm not sure why you have to stop the game for a minute and a half to change the call from a push to an offsides, but I don't know. Does anybody keep stats on pushes, Hap? I know we don't.
Well, they want to get it right.
Yeah, well, I guess that's... I don't know. Seems kind of odd to me, but...
This is a long pause in the action.
Anyway, we've got
Hoffman's
got going. She's 4-on-1, and she's beaten every girl down to the net, and she's going to try to take it in, but they finally push her out, and she brings it back up top to Dorsey, who's trying to, and she does. She actually draws a shooting space for the second one of the game. Now, this is out at the way out up top, whereas they weren't calling it when we were down low or down near, and Julia Dorsey takes advantage of the free position shot, buries it in the bottom of the net. Nice low off-stick shot right next to the goalie's left ankle. Makes it an 8-2 lead with 5:24 left in the first half. He got Julia's name right, Dorsey. I guess that's not too hard to pronounce when you look at the spelling, right?
I think so.
We got a nice crowd out here, Hap. We got, looks like the Century JV girls stayed after. We got some of the McDonough girls. We got lots of parents out here. Feels like a nice fall day, night.
After 2 years in a row with this game being really close, actually it wasn't
close. Oh, so that was Kayla Abernathy on the draw, and Emma Sheddig comes up with a nice ground ball and dishes it up top over the restraining line to Julia Hoffman, who's on the far right. You know, as you look at your radio dial, it's on the far side. McDonough offensively is going from right to left. Rachel Anderson has the ball. Now she takes it back behind to Anna Robinson. Anna's looking for somebody to pass it off to. Now Emma Sheddig has it up top, trying to give her girl the 1-2 punch. Oh, beautiful shot by Emma Sheddig, but just a whisker over the crossbar.
I'm going to say beautiful dodge.
And a beautiful dodge prior to the beautiful shot. But Megan Mix, fortunately, was back there to maintain control for the Eagles. Now, Hoffman to Robinson, just a beautiful dish. Anna Robinson, she set a campfire up in front of the goal, and nobody covered her. Julia Hoffman noticed it, hit her right on the stick. Anna didn't even have to move her stick, just turned and fired from about 3 feet away, and goalie had no shot. So 9-2 lead for the Eagles with 4:37. I think Anna had actually put a chair down right there with her campfire, right there outside the goal circle. Nobody covered her, and fortunately Julia Hoffman was able to spire.
What I was going to say before was last year they started out 6-1 ahead. The year before it was 1 or 2 goal game.
Don't remind me of last year's Century game. I was on the fence right at the midline with Chris Jenner, and he and I were just silent for most of the game, watching what was going on.
Last time we were here was the day of
John Webster just gave us a visit, gave me the high five.
Last year was the day of
the
day of the riots, and
Got
we
excited.
were out here, and they were rioting, and it was a very difficult game. We won at the end, and then that was 2 years ago. Last year we just got our clock cleaned for the entire game. We never had a lead in regulation.
All right, so this is where we've got issues with this cow pasture that we're playing on today. We stabbed at the ground ball, I think, 36 times, and unfortunately Century came up with it. But they're on their offense because she's down in the corner, and she's going to have a tough time getting out. So another love tap by Julia Dorsey. Still trying to maintain that double team. And the girl sets a nice pick, so it kind of breaks up the double team there. But Eagles are doing well. Bad pass by Century, goes over the girl's stick and out of bounds. So the Eagles have the ball with 3:30 left in the first half with a 9-2 lead. Is that Emma Sheddig with the ball? No, who was that? I don't know who that was. But anyway, Julia Dorsey's got it now. It was Emma Sheddig. So Emma's must be playing midfield now.
Yeah. We've got the fresh soft midfield.
Oh, there we go. That's right, because now Kayla's got it.
This is our fresh soft midfield with 2 softs and a freshman.
McDonough's got something that Coach Chris called. They're all getting rearranged to try to. Oh, there we go with a triple pick. Remember the movie Hoosiers, right, Hap?
Oh, there it is.
Just a beautiful play.
Hoosier mama.
That was sorry for the call, folks. That kind of came out of nowhere. Julia Dorsey with a nice feed to Katie May. Remember in Hoosiers, he said, don't get caught watching the paint dry. They're going to set the picket fence. Well, McDonough maybe Coach calls that Hoosier. I don't know. Julia Dorsey to Katie May with 2:52 left in the first half, and we have a 10-2 lead. Now he's got the first midfield back in with Maddie Jenner taking her usual spot at the center. Andy is closest to us on the circle, and Blair is on the defensive side, actually towards midfield. So maybe Maddie has instructed them where to go based on where she thinks she's going to throw it. But she actually throws it to herself, looks up top to Andy, who then passes it off to Blair. Not really a fast break, but we got it across the restraining line with no problem. Back behind the net to Megan Mix, and now looks like that's Katie May back there getting settled in. And now Andy actually goes behind the net. Unusual spot for her. Oh, there it is. Hap, there it is. Remember what I said last? It's my favorite assist. Andy Aldave back there. Maddie Jenner just shakes her girl, and Andy throws that nice little lob about 12 feet in the air. Only person that can get it is Maddie, and then Maddie buries it in the back of the net. So 11-2, and the guy is still calling her Andy Aldave, I guess because nobody's corrected him. 2:31 left. It's 11-2 lead. Beautiful assist, beautiful shot. Just nice teamwork there. And again, the sharing of the ball, Hap. We've talked about that all season. I guess it's incumbent upon us as announcers to go do a little digging and get the stats, but I haven't done that yet here at the last regular season game of the season. But anyway, it's got to be a lot of our goals that have been assisted, don't you think?
Yeah, this is a team that really has this tight. We call that the alley-oop score.
Yeah, that's a great name. Maybe that's what Chris calls it. I don't know. Here in the booth, you can't hear what he's calling. Somebody should let Maddie know that she's got 3 girls hot on her trail.
How do you spell alley-oop?
ALLEYOOP. Or ALLY. It's up to you. I'll leave that up to the Twitter man with all thumbs. All right, so now we've got Julia. She gets called for a charge, which, I don't know, a little bit of a soccer flop there, but what the heck. Can't really be arguing too much with that because she did kind of put her shoulder down. But now we're trying to... Oh, Julia, nice check, Julia. I tell you what, you got to love that. Well, the ref just blew the whistle, said it was our ball, but then let play continue on. Then Blair gets a ground ball. It's getting a little chippy here.
It's way chippy.
Blair got the ground ball as the girl swung her stick, and the ref is actually having a conversation with her saying, hey, we don't like that kind of stuff here in the girls lacrosse game. Now off to Ava Class, who's going to take it across the restraining line herself. She'll look for a friendly offensive player to dish it off to so Maddie Jenner can come across. Nice job by Ava Class on the clear. Number 20, another one of our freshmen that have just added tremendously to the team with tons of playing time this year. Always good to see freshmen getting playing time, getting them ready for sophomore year. Oh, so now we got a whistle for something, not sure. And I've never seen this before. The ref blew the whistle and then put his arms, like palms up in the air, like I'm not really sure what it was, but I think it was a whistle.
They
so
gave it to Maddie.
We're going to give Maddie a free position at the top with nobody there. Maddie buries it in the back of the net.
But that was still from, gosh,
she didn't wait.
Out?
Well, you know what? Remember, I think we talked about earlier part of the year. By the way, it's 12-2 Eagles with 1:07 left in the half.
Run out here.
Number 14, Maddie Jenner.
Oh, he pronounced that right. So I think we talked about this earlier in the year, Hap. Sometimes Maddie tended to...
Do you guys do running clock at 10 goals up?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not inside.
Inside 2 minutes. Right.
Maddie had sometimes taken the ball in too far on those free positions, giving the other team a chance to collapse on her. Maybe, Coach talked to her about that. She looked at film, whatever, and so she decided to shoot it from further out. Unimpeded, just a beautiful shot in the back of the net. So we've got a running clock now with a 10-goal lead, 45 seconds to go. Maddie draws it to herself again. Nice little dish to Andy, who takes it across the restraining line, and then she just kind of pulls it out with 30 seconds to go. No need to rush. 10-goal lead. Might as well take the last shot, not give Century anything to hope for in terms of any kind of momentum going into halftime. So now Anna Robinson's got it back behind the net. She's looking to make a play, but decides to pull it back out, takes it behind the net to Katie May. Katie May's going to come work her magic. She comes around looking for a dish. 10 seconds to go. I think our girls probably recognize that. Now it's behind the net with 4 seconds to go. Not sure what we're thinking here, but we score with no time on the clock, 1 second on the clock.
He called her in the
crease. But
he
called her in the crease. Beautiful dish off to Rachel Anderson. So I guess the good news is we worked it around really nice, shared the ball, good passes, got a nice shot off, but unfortunately her big right toe stepped on the goal circle, and the ref happened to see it from 25 yards away.
I think he called her follow-through in the crease.
Oh, could have been. I don't know what the distinction is. Is that the distinction when you wave your arm up and down?
Yeah, I'm guessing he thought the follow-through. And
so we got halftime here. I see a lot of parents that have come a little late. I think they were having some fun prior to the festivities here. But they've settled into their seats. Must not be too cold. I don't see any hats. See a couple of blankets on knees. A couple of hands in the pockets, but we don't have any earmuffs on or anything like that, so it must not be too bad out there. Hap, why don't we take a little stroll out here and see what the crowd is doing out here?
He says that because we're tethered to each other.
Got Johnny Webster right here. No, we're not taking. We're still on air. We got to do all of our commercials. Got to get the commercials in. What's the place that?
There's a wonderful locale here called Oscars.
Oscars Ale House.
Exactly.
I think some of our parents went over there to just see where it was to make sure that we knew what was going on for post-game dinner with the girls.
3 to 4 miles from here.
That's a great location.
Get a quick bite, maybe a sip of.
Well, I'm so
Gotta love
relieved to
that.
finally be playing Century and not having my heart in my throat at halftime.
Yeah.
What was the score at halftime last year, Hap?
Oh, I think we'd caught up and we're down by 2 or 3 at half. We'd closed the gap because it started out 6-1.
I know one
them.
thing. They took it to us last year, and they were getting every bounce.
Hey, I'm Hap. Good to see you. We're
Hey,
meeting
Steve Thacker, how are you?
our sponsors here. We're doing the.
They were getting every ground ball, making every shot, and they just took it to us. And we never had the lead for 1 second of the game last year.
No, we didn't have a lead.
Tied
in
it up with like a
regulation.
minute to go.
It was 11-7.
Never had the lead in regulation.
11-7 with about 8 minutes left.
Tied it up with like a minute to go. We held it for the last shot, and then Century actually stole it with like 10 seconds to go, but they couldn't get it down, so we went to overtime. Maddie got the draw. We took it down and scored.
Right away.
Katie May. Her patented from behind the
She's
net.
been drawing against Hannah Werther, who's now at Maryland. Hannah was
a
just
stud.
a stud. And Hannah had been winning, so they had put Andy on the previous few draws, and putting Maddie back in was a stroke of brilliance because it worked.
Just, it's always good to mix it up, I think. Give the opponent a different look every once in a while. So we got a nice crowd. It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be.
Talk with the crowd a little bit.
We are.
See what kinda,
We've got John Webster with us, former star at the University of
I'm
North
not
Carolina.
sure if it makes good radio sense to go down and
have some great insight on the game.
He might, but
Excellent tidbits of knowledge.
I'll let him come back next year and do this for me because I've been.
Hey, Chris.
I've been instructed by my daughter that she is not going to let me do this next year.
Chris May, who's the father of
hey, 3
captain
lines.
and senior attackman.
Or should I call you 12
Katie
lines?
May is going to join us here in the booth, and Thaxter's going to ask
Kathleen
Chris a few
Lowley's in the
questions
house
about his
after
take on
being
the first
absent
half.
for at least a couple of games, but she's been a loyal listener.
Have a word or two.
I've just teed you up for the interview.
Oh, so we've got Chris May coming in to do an interview. He has been a faithful father for 4 years. Father of Katie May, senior, headed off to Maryland. Chris, what do you have to say? What do you think about the game so far today?
Well,
Any insights with your lacrosse knowledge?
nobody's listening. Good, thank God.
We've got 80-some followers today, by the way, just so you know.
No, it started off heated and with a lot of emotion. The Century, they brought their fans today, which is great. And then McDonough just wore them down.
Yeah, started to get a little chippy there at the end of the first half. I'm not sure. Could you guys hear what the refs were talking about down there when they had that little, 3 rocks made a pile? They had that little discussion.
Yeah, no, we weren't sure what was going on there.
From our perspective, they stopped the clock. They had a push call, and all that discussion, all that time they stopped it, they changed the call from a push to offsides and still gave us the ball.
Yeah.
It's like, why stop the clock if you're going to keep it with the...
And from my angle, the one ref, he called a charge. And that's when they blew the whistle and overturned it.
Interesting.
It didn't look like all the calls have gone against us today. It didn't look like that was a charge. She went between a couple girls, tripped up.
Oh no, that wasn't. I didn't see that as a charge against Century. I saw that as a push on us.
Yeah. We pushed her, we tripped her.
Well, Katie's having it off to a good start. Had some nice feeds to Andy.
Yeah, they were beautiful. That was fun to watch.
Hap and I have been talking, of course, as the announcers, it's incumbent upon us to get the stats, which, of course, we haven't done all the way up to the last game of the regular season. But I got to say that a high percentage of our goals have to be assisted.
Oh, I would say
We've really shared the ball very well this year. I think the team got off to a great start with the camaraderie and the chemistry that they have, and they seem to be sharing the ball, and have been all year, but seem to share the ball very well.
Yeah, I heard on Alumni Day, one of the parents from one of the older teams that came back say, hey, there's just not the star power on this team. And I thought, okay, well, maybe there's no Meg Megan, maybe there's no Taylor, but we got
stars.
We've got a lot of players that play within themselves and aren't afraid and are confident enough to give that ball to somebody else and let them do the work. And it really shows in the teamwork and the camaraderie, I think.
More of a star team.
Yeah.
Oh, I would agree.
Well, that said, we have some star players.
Oh, I would agree.
I mean, these girls are very talented. I think they just share the ball a lot. I mean, you look at an Andy Aldave, for example. I don't, again, sorry, folks, I don't know the stats. I'm going to guess that Andy probably doesn't have the number of points this year that she probably thought she might have as a senior. But what she does around the field, what she does with ground ball, senior leadership, captain, it's just, it's amazing. Julia Hoffman, just the opposite. I think she would tell you that last year she didn't have the output that she would have desired, but this year she's just been on fire. So, I think it's just a matter of mixing it around. And the other good thing, I think, when the other teams come and scout, it's like, okay, well, let's see. Last game, this girl had a lot of goals. The next game, that girl had a lot of goals. Who the heck are we going to cover?
Right. And that's a difficult thing with this team. Andy doesn't need to score, and she doesn't care if she scores. She knows that she's a good player. She knows that what she brings to the team, and she's happy to do that. A win is better than any individual stats for her.
No doubt.
And that's what makes her great.
And I think that type of leadership, it transcends down to all the other players, the juniors, the sophomores, the freshmen. It says, you know what, this is about winning. And it's about winning together. It goes back to the same old thing I always told my girls when they were younger. There's a reason in lacrosse that in the scorebook or the stats, that assists count just as much as goals.
Yeah.
It's the way lacrosse is supposed to be played. So, anyway, second half is getting ready to start. Thanks for the guest appearance, Chris May. Appreciate it.
Go get it, fellas. Thank you, Mr. Webster.
Johnny Webster in the house, giving us some support, some love. Hap, we're tethered together here, buddy.
Coming.
I couldn't pull Hap back into the booth. He wants to be out there with his peeps. All right, we're getting ready to start here. We got 25 minutes to go. Got a 10-goal lead by the Eagles. And Maddie once again draws it to herself. Nice quick pass up to Andy Aldave.
They always have to remember to head the other
passes to Blair, who looks for a semi-fast break, but the Knights converge, and she has to pull it out. We get it behind the net to Anna Robinson, who takes it off to Katie May. Back around to Julia Hoffman. Now Andy's got it. Dishes it off to Katie. Oh, she was looking for the give and go, but the Knights kind of saw that coming. Oh, beautiful play by... Oh, wow, she actually saved it. I thought I saw the back of the net rattle.
Nah, it went
but
right in her
apparently
stick.
I didn't.
That was a 9-inch shot.
But Andy tried to do the old sidearm swagger, and the goalie just picked it up. Very nice. So nice save by the goalie. Good shot by Andy, but just got blocked at the 12. Julia Dorsey was outside the 12, and he called shooting space.
Well, yeah.
Can you help me understand that? But then
goes
Julia
way
Dorsey
out.
said, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to get and she checked it out of her stick. Unfortunately, the ball came right back up to the girl. But that's the other thing I think that our girls do very well is if they make a mistake or something happens that's not in our favor, they don't get all down in the mouth and worry about it. They just work extra hard to correct it, get the ball back.
Maddie forces a ground ball.
Very tenacious.
Coop picks up the ground ball. Marge has got it heading north. And we're going to clear this ball.
Marge needs to pass it. There we go. Now she gets it across the restraint line to Andy. Andy dumps it off to Julia Hoffman, that is. Back to Katie, who's looking at Anna Robinson. Anna, I don't know what happened there, but didn't catch the ball, and so it went on the ground, and Century picked it up. So unforced error with 23 minutes to go. And a 12-2 lead for the Eagles. Now we're redefending, making it very tough on the Knights to clear it. Had a nice little deflection by Katie, but unfortunately not enough because it still went to the girl at Century. Blair is trying to keep her girl from going. Now Century's got it across. Another shooting space call. See, is this going to be a tale of two halves, Hap, where the first half they don't call up what they called two shooting spaces the whole time, Now we've already gotten 2 in the first 2.5 minutes. Free position for Century, knocks it into the back of the net. 12-3 lead for the Eagles, and now we have no longer a running clock. So 22-14 left in the game. Eagles lead 12-3.
Number 3, Caitlin Huber.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate turnover because we
was just an unforced turnover. We got a 10-goal lead. We're not focused. We're not concentrating. But we'll make up for it.
We
go.
That ground ball Coop got on the last possession was the first time she's touched the ball today because there just haven't been any shots. There's one shot and I guess 2 shots.
I think that was
scores.
Their first shot in Lord knows how long. Okay, so now the ref wants to do another draw. It didn't go above her shoulder. So that's what happened there. So we're going to do a redraw, 22-17 to go. 12-3 Eagles. Maddie Jenner, Andy, and Blair in the center. Maddie threw it to herself again. Dumps it off to Andy, but she didn't dump it off in time before the ref blew the whistle. The knight apparently was draped all over her arms, so we had to restart it. Off to Rachel Anderson. Back to Anna, who now gives it to Katie behind the net. Off to Julie Hoffman on the near side. And since it's second half, if you were paying attention in the first half, you know that we are actually going the opposite way on your radio dial now. Left to right offensively. Up to Andy up top. She's looking for somebody to feed. Tries to hit Katie. Nice check. Tell you what, you really can't check in this game right now, or at least not tonight, because every check that we've had, even though it's on the same side of the body, these refs are... Oh, nice deflection by Katie. Rachel Anderson picks it up, gives it to Katie at the front of the net, but 3 knights converge, so Katie intelligently pulls it out, and there's another push, a little love tap by the knight, and the ref blew the whistle. Got to clear those girls out of the middle, I think, don't you, on the free position?
Who blocked that clearing pass? I want to tweet that.
Oh, beautiful play. Katie blocked it. Katie did the deflection with her stick. And then Hoff just buried it in the back of the net after face dodging about 3 different girls. Beautiful shot, top left, just zinged the net. First midfield comes out. Kayla Abernathy. Nice freshman. She's got to be 5'10", Hap. And as a 14, 15-year-old freshman, I got to believe she's got a little bit more growth to go there in terms of maybe a 5'11", 6 foot, who knows. Comes in handy as a draw specialist. Handy-dandy midfielder she is, too, with her great speed. And we've got, that was a empty stick, but the ref didn't see it my way. So we actually had the ground ball, and it just didn't move our way. So Century's now got it, and they're going across the restraining line. Kayla Abernathy hot in pursuit. Nice check by Emma Sheddig, but the ref again didn't see it my way.
A check.
Not allowed to check in this game. So gives it back. She's not a free position. She's out around the 12 and not clearing any of the McDonough girls out of there. The girl thought about challenging our 3 Eagles, but then she thought better about that and pulled it back out. So Century's first offensive set or I guess it's the second offensive set of the second half. 19:30 left, 13-3 lead for the Eagles. Century's setting up their offensive play. Got 5 girls standing out front, Hap. This is kind of unusual. It's like they're lining up almost
Macarena.
like the Redcoats did back in the Revolutionary War. Just straight line, come attack. But we saw the whites of their eyes, and we kept them out.
It looked like they're getting ready to do the electric slide.
Kayla Abernathy marking up her girl off to the left. I'm not sure where our defense was on that, but it didn't hurt because... Oh, nice save, Coop. Beautiful save. The girl was just right on her kitchen doorstep.
Coop
Bad pass.
Sheddick.
But Emma, nope, they ended up getting the ground ball. Another unforced turnover by the Eagles. So Century's got it on their offensive side now, setting up for their offense. They take it back behind the net. Looks like Ava Class on her, marking up her girl. Kayla Abernathy shouting out direction. They're switching players as Century sets up their picks. Girls trying to get past Ava Class, and Ava Class just plays phenomenal defense and steals it from her. Now she's bringing it up the field. Beautiful pass up to Emma Sheddig. Great defense by the freshman, number 20, Ava Class. Emma Sheddig, number 6, gets it across the restraining line, off to 10, Hoffman, into the middle to Kayla Abernathy, who just drills the back of the net. Just beautiful sharing of the ball. She actually gets hammered after the shot, but of course the two refs that are closest are the two that haven't been blowing their whistle whenever we get hit to the ground. So 17:44 left in the game. 14-3 lead for the Eagles. And we've got a goalie change, Hap. Coop makes a phenomenal save, and Coach Robinson decides that let's give her a rest. We got, 4 or 5 days before our next game. And now we've got another freshman player. Nice addition to the squad this year. Olivia Gagan taking charge back in the cage. Little righty. Plays for TLC in the summer. Kayla still doing the draw, and Emma Sheddig comes up with it. Nice ground ball. Another draw control by the Eagles, off to Julia Hoffman. Back behind the net to Katie May, who dishes it off to Anna Robinson. Eagles are setting something up, waiting for direction from Coach Robinson. Looks like Megan Mix over on the far side. Oh, she brings it in. Nice play, but goalie makes a good save, and then she gets called for being in the crease, or goal circle as they call it in girls lacrosse. Oh, no, maybe he's giving it to Megan because the Century girl's in the crease. I'm not sure. The ref he's all confused.
We're in the crease. He's going to give it to them out front. So
why doesn't the goalie get that if we were in the crease?
They give him a little bit of a clear there.
Yeah, that seems kind of odd. But anyway, I didn't make up the rules. Megan Mix is trying to keep her girl from clearing. Megan's got some speed.
She does.
She actually cuts her off nice, makes her go to the sideline, uses that extra defender, the sideline. Love to see that when girls take advantage of that. Ball is on the ground, and Katie May's going to come up with it. Fights off two Century girls. Nope, the Century girl got the ground ball. Katie May hustling after her girl, trying to cut her off.
That was not a push.
Wow. We got a yellow card on Katie.
So what happened there was the Century girl tripped on her own goat field, went down into a hole.
Yeah, I don't know. Katie gave her a little love tap. I think it was a combination of her love tap and the hole that she tripped in, but since she fell,
you're a kinder man than I.
I think because she fell, that's why she got the yellow card.
They were running next to each other. They were in contact. The girl went in a hole, and we got yellow carded. I don't mind a whistle, but a yellow card is crazy.
Yeah, that was my point. I think it was a combination of the two, so it didn't warrant a yellow card, but the ref does not see it our way, Hap, for some reason. I don't understand that because I think we're pretty good about that, and we're offsides. I love when Chris does this. I think he does that on purpose because he just ran another 25 seconds off the clock, which obviously takes it off of the penalty. Still haven't blown the whistle again to restart. So that took up about 40 seconds, which I think is so funny that we get away with that. But it's good strategy.
I don't know why we don't do it again. Oh, wow. Liv looks like Julia today. She's got on the pad.
Oh, that was a nice move by 22. Wow. She gave the old Shake Shack to our defender. Just faked right, went left, and just a beautiful play. And she buried it in the top left. So it's now 14-4 lead for McDonough. 14:54 left in the game. Doing another switcheroo with Maddie, Andy, and Blair coming back in, and Kayla, Julia, and Emma coming out. Emma Sheddig. So I'm assuming that Maddie's going to take her post in the center there. Looks like a new girl for Century taking the draw. She's still not as tall as Maddie, but she's pretty tall. What do we got here, Coop? We got, looks like Julia, Megan, Rachel, on offense, and we're still down a man. So I'm assuming Chris is going to burn some time here. Maddie takes it across the restraining line as she won the draw. They're going to try to double, I assume, since they're still up a man, but they're actually not taking advantage of that. They're just happy to let us burn off the clock. Nobody's coming. Now the coach calls for a double team, but that's on Hoffman, so Julia will school her and run right by here. 2 face dodges. We might get a man down goal, but Julia decides to pull it away from the net. Dumps it off to Megan Mix, who was looking to feed somebody, but we didn't have a cutter. Plus, we're obviously still down a man.
It's wide open out here.
Actually, we're all even now. Looks like we got 7 girls there on offense. Is that right? Are my eyes right, Hap? Yeah, so we're all even. We burned off the rest of the clock. Still have a 10-goal lead with 13:20 to go in the game. Hoffman's, nice dish to Andy, who buries it in the back of the net. That's Hoffman to Oldave. Andy switched it up a little bit. She didn't go sidearm this time. She came up top and just tickled the back of the net in the top left. Nice shot, nice pass, just good sharing of the ball once again. So 15-4 lead with 12:54 left in the game. Running clock. And if all goes as it should, Eagles should be able to work this around, get the ball again. Now they got another girl trying to draw against Maddie. How many draws have they won? Hap, one?
No, they've won a few.
Have they won a few?
They won a few off our fresh soft midi line, and they won.
They did get it. That's right, because we were fighting some ground balls there for a while and didn't come up with it.
One off Maddie that was all the way down here in the defensive zone.
And they just got that draw as I speak about us winning all the draws. Number 5 snagged the ground ball, took it down their offensive end. So Century on the left side of your dial has it on offense. Marge is marking her up, so you know she's not going to get anywhere based on the way Marge has been playing this year. She just you know what I love about the way Marge and Andy and Hannah Roth, they get that low squat, bend their knees, stick up, and get that great defensive stance and just move their feet really well. Ava Class does the same thing.
That's Scott Robinson.
Bad pass.
Scott Robinson School of Fundamentals.
And now that could be McDonough ball, but I'm not sure what the ref's calling. He's looking at something. I think he called Marge on the cover, but it looked like it went out of bounds on Century, but they're not going to give us the ball just because it's not going to be that way. But that's okay. Ava Class comes up with that ground ball. Nice quick dish over to Marge. Freshman to senior. Now Marge is going to give it back to her. So now Ava's going to come up the left side of the field, looking for a friend to throw it to. Ava's got some wheels, I tell you what. She gets it all the way across the restraining line, dumps it off to Andy Aldave, comes back across so that Blair can come across and play offense. Nice transition by the Eagles. Nice ground ball defense by one of our top freshmen, Ava Class. And now the Eagles are settling in on the offensive side. Julia Hoffman has it on the right. She gets a little love tap from the Knight, number 19, it looks like.
This is what's wrong with girls lacrosse is that she was going to the goal. They tapped her, and they stopped it. So
but that's all right. It gives her the old slick doodle, and
she's too
gets
close.
It by her, but I think she got a little too close. I think you're right, Hap. The girl Julia ended up not having much of an opening because she got so close. All right, so Century gets it across the restraining line. Got it on their offensive end. 15-4 Eagles with 10:15 left in the game. Marge is marking up her girl. Got that nice low stance. Moves her feet. Girl has got nowhere to go. Pushing her to the back. She tries to come back around, and she does actually get it past Olivia Gagan. I thought Olivia stopped that, but she did not. So now it's 15-5 Eagles. And now we're going to do another goalie switch. Give our other freshman some net time.
So that was about 8
minutes. They call her the Hammer, Julia Hammerschlag, freshman M&D player in the summer. Olivia Gagan plays for TLC. And our starting goalie, junior Julia Cooper, also an M&D girl. So now we're back to a 10-goal lead. Still got a running clock. Looks like we've got Julia Emma on the circle, and I assume that is Kayla in the middle. I can't see because the Century Girl's in front of me. Oh, Julia comes up with it. Nice job. Has the inner stick, but then she lost it. Now we got to fight for the ground ball in the cow pasture. Oh, and then the girl falls on her own stick and called Julia for the trip, which, anyway, from 110 yards away like I am, I didn't see it that way. I had a great view. But the ref was about 3 yards away, and he saw it differently.
You have some height, though.
So Julia's marking up her girl. She dumps it off. Hannah Roth, and actually that's Abby Wilhelm out there playing defense on the left side for
This is an
McDonough.
important possession because it's a 10-goal game right now. If they score, that clock stops.
And then they just called a shooting space outside. See, this drives me nuts. Outside the 8, playing defense.
It's
Kayla Abernathy hadn't moved. Beautiful save. Nice job, Julia Hammerschlag. Great save by the freshman. Nice pickup on the ground ball by Abby Wilhelm. And the Knights get called for a penalty. I'm not sure. Whatever they did, the ref didn't like, so he blew his whistle. Now it's our ball. Waiting for the restart. Still have a running clock with 8:03 to go. Looks like Ava Class has the ball. She's going to bring it up herself because nobody wants to cover her. We overthrow it, but give it to. Oh no, that's who is? I can't see the number, Hap. So it looks like we've done some switching. We got Julie Hoffman with the ball. Looks like Isabel Webster over on the left.
Yep. We got.
Oh, Bethany Lally.
Bethany
Okay.
up here.
Thank you.
We got Emma Sheddick.
Number 18, and we've got Rachel Ward behind number 28. I can't see the far side. It might still be Megan Mix,
That's
number
Megan,
8.
Number 8.
Off to Isabel Webster, back up top to Kayla Abernathy, and over to Julia Dorsey. So we just gave you all the girls that are in, although I take that back because Emma Sheddick didn't touch it that time around the net. But now she does have the ball. So there's your 7 offensive players for your listening pleasure. Off to Bethany Lally. Got it in her left hand up top. Dishes it off to Isabel Webster. She's got 2 girls on her, so she dumps it off to Kayla Abernathy.
And takes it right back.
Takes it right back. Now Kayla's got it back up top. Looks like she might do a little one-on-one. Try to. Wow. She just nailed Kayla. Almost knocked her down. No whistle. Interesting. Based on the way they've been calling those love taps earlier. Julia fell over her own shoestring.
Wow, that's impressive.
Now that's where I would call for a stick check because the ball never came out of her stick.
She went in the hole, went down on her face.
Actually, nice feed. Beautiful look by Rachel Ward. Coming across the front, Emma Sheddick. Julia is her mother, faithful fan of the McDonough Eagles. Nice check, Julia Dorsey. Megan Mix goes running after the ground ball, but the Century Girl is closer. But now they've got the ball close to their goal, trying to get it across midfield. 6 minutes to go. 15-5 Eagles.
So to describe what happened, Julia Dorsey went on her face, had 4 Century Girls around her, and got up with the ball and ran away.
Nice check, Emma Sheddick, but ball just bounces off the ground right back into the Century Girls' stick. 5:50 left. Century has it behind their cage, or actually behind our cage, I guess. Ava Class playing great defense. Another save by the Hammer. Beautiful, just nice offense or defensive play. Ava Class comes up with another ground ball. I tell you what, she has been playing some great defense, Hap. Just a nice addition as a freshman. Dishes it off to Julia Hammerschlag to help her out, and then Julia gives it right back to Ava. Ava looking for a friend, but everybody seems to be covered. And the Knight goes atop Ava's head to check it out, and the ref didn't like that. Actually went through her ponytail, and the ref didn't like that. So,
but she liked it enough not to.
But Ava takes it herself across the restraining line, passes it off to Rachel Ward. Then Ava comes back across and trades places with Julia Dorsey, who's playing midfield now.
Have you seen 3 men refs do a game yet this year?
I think this is the first time. So now we've got, who's that with the ball? Kayla Abernathy. Off to Bethany Ladd. Oh, nice move, Bethany. Bury it. Okay. Bethany faked left and broke the girl's ankles and went back to the right and then got a shooting space call. So now she's got free position on the right hash, but not a good angle. Had a Knight crashing in, so she smartly, like a good senior does, dishes it off. Megan Mix has it, comes across the middle, pulls it out to Julia Dorsey. We got 4:20 left in the game. Julia's got the ball, trying to get an angle, passes it back to Bethany. Bethany's coming around looking for, nice feed. Beautiful feed to Emma Sheddick. Bethany Lally to Emma Sheddick. Nice sharing of the ball. Saw Emma cutting across the middle. Emma didn't have to move her stick. Bethany just hit the laser right into her stick, and Emma buried it in the back of the net for a 16-5 Eagle lead with 3:50 left in the game.
That was pretty.
Hap, you want to step outside, or you want to stay here in the booth for the last 3 minutes?
We can step out and get some air.
Get some air. See how our peeps are doing. Not getting any text today. I'm surprised. We got one text said we were coming through loud and clear. Hopefully we're still transmitting. I think somebody would have texted me and said, hey, you guys are no longer transmitting.
Did you get the time of that score? It had to be close to 4
It was
minutes.
like 3:40, something like that. So now we got another draw. Century comes up with that ground ball. 3:09 left. 16-5 Eagles. Knights have it on their offensive side, taking it back behind the net. This number 22 right here, Hap, she's had a couple of nice goals. She's got some good feet, really some good stick work. She's given the old Shake Shack to a couple of our girls playing defense. Let's see, who do we have on defense down here?
You got Jordan on the
Looks
ball
like
now.
Jordan Ansel. Nice defensive play by Jordan. Knocks that out of her stick, but of course, since it was a check,
certainly
the
not
ref,
allowed in this game.
Yeah, the ref doesn't like when we check. So, unfortunately, Jordan got called for the foul. But
Hammer time. It's hammer time.
I think that was a good check by 29, the senior.
We got nobody around, and she's going to get a free position shot on Julia Hammerschlag.
Yeah, she's got nobody in her way.
And
yeah, that's tough.
Puts it in high.
Yeah,
off
nice
stick.
shot by number 22 for the Knights. Threw it off stick, right above her shoulder. Just tough to stop that. Because of the positioning of our girls, the Knight number 22 just came in unimpeded. Nothing we could do about that. But Julia's had some nice saves today. So 1:58 left in the game. Got a 10-goal lead, 16-6 for the Eagles. A little bit easier breathing this year against Century than last year, Hap.
I tell you what, I'm enjoying this.
Yes, it's a little bit easier on the ulcer. All right, so now we got, who is that doing the draw? Because it's not Kayla. We got Hannah Roth on the circle.
That was Rachel Anderson who did the draw.
Oh, Rachel Anderson did the draw, and then Blair was on the circle. Oh, nice defensive play by Hannah Roth. Great ground ball by Bethany Lally. She's going to take it around, take it across the restraining line. Nice job by Bethany Lally. Just nice, calm, had a girl all over, but didn't panic. Just nice senior leadership there. Gives it off to Isabel Webster, who's going to take it behind the net, looking for somebody to feed it to. Oh, she comes back around. Beautiful play by Isabel Webster, number 22, senior, headed off to Yale next year with 50 seconds to go. She fakes like she's going around the right side of the goal, comes back around the left, shoots with her left, and as they say in baseball, went through the 5-hole, right between the goalie's legs. Just a beautiful shot, bounce pass.
22, Isabel Webster.
Now, I got a nice shout-out again from Kristen Abernathy, who happens to be the only faithful parent that's texting us and says she can hear us loud and clear. So 20 seconds to go, 17-6. Looks like the Eagles are going to breeze into this one. Rachel Anderson again does the draw. Blair comes up with the ground ball. You know, I tell you what, Blair doesn't seem to be bothered with the fact that we're playing in a cow pasture. She still is a hawk on these ground balls. And Century got called for a penalty. It just does nothing but run the clock. So there we go. End of the game. 17-6 Eagles. Beautiful fall night here at Century High School. Feels like a fall night anyway. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. That's the end of the regular season for the Eagles. And we hope that you join us on Tuesday. And for those of you who did not see the email, it looks like the game has been moved from 4:15 all the way to 4:30. So not sure why there's a 15-minute differential, maybe buses and all that stuff. But nonetheless, We'll be coming back to you on Tuesday at 4:30 from the Hill at McDonough, Bo Dixon Stadium. Not sure. Do we know? We don't know who we play yet, right, Hap? Because we have to wait to see who wins
the bracket
tomorrow.
Here.
Oh, you've got the bracket.
It's already done. We get a bye, and we play the winner of St. Paul's School and John Carroll.
Okay.
So their number's 8 and 9 seeds.
So is that at St. Paul's or John Carroll?
It would be at St. Paul's. They're the higher seed.
St. Paul's
and
is 8.
I watched
okay.
the St. Paul's John Carroll game last week, and interestingly, it was tie with about 8 minutes to go, and then St. Paul's just ran all over them. It ended up being not a close game at the end.
Interesting.
So we'll see.
Well, St. Paul's got a good squad. They got some good players. Actually, both schools do, so who knows who we're going to play.
Actually, let me take that back. That was St. Paul's 7, which I watched. John Carroll we played, of course, a couple days ago, and they're another team that really has been hot and cold. They've got 12 losses on the year, but they've beaten some good teams. So,
as we talked about on Tuesday, they're a very aggressive team. I love the way they play defense, and they tend to give us fits. We ended up doing okay the other day, but it didn't start off like that, as we talked about with all those draws we won.
We'll give you the quick rundown on the playoff outlook here. Tomorrow, St. Paul's will play John Carroll at St. Paul's. Maryvale will play Archbishop Spalding down in Severnland. Glenelg Country School will host Mount DeSales. Roland Park will
Somebody
host
plays
St.
today.
Mary's.
That's today.
Friday.
I saw that in the paper. They
Somebody
said
say?
today's only game today was Roland Park, which I was surprised. I don't know why they're playing
But they're
today.
not playing a playoff game today. That's their last game of the regular season, too.
Oh, I thought they said
They
was...
play St. Mary's tomorrow. And Bryn Mawr will play Severn tomorrow. And then the winner of the Bryn Mawr Severn game will take on Notre Dame, NDP.
the number 2 seed.
Garrison, who stayed at 3. Garrison had to beat Bryn Mawr yesterday to stay at 3 and get the bye. If they had lost yesterday, and they had lost to Severn a couple days earlier, which was an upset.
Yeah, they beat them by 5 goals, I think.
Oh, it was 12-10. And
yesterday?
2 days, Wednesday.
Yesterday was 15-10, I
Wednesday.
think.
When Garrison played Severn on Wednesday.
Oh, Garrison Severn. I thought you were
beat
talking about
12-10.
Garrison and Bryn Mawr.
They beat up on Bryn Mawr yesterday, but if they hadn't, they'd have fallen to 7th seed.
That wouldn't have been good for them for a seeding.
They'd have dropped like a brick, and they'd be playing Severn. So,
all right, well, great. Well, that wraps it up for the Hapster-Thaxter duo. We're glad you guys joined us. Thanks. Have a great night, and we will hopefully have you joining us. If you can't physically be here at the game, hopefully you'll join us Tuesday afternoon.
yes, we will have the winner of that game coming to McDonough, so we'll be back with you then. Take care.